Yes guys, how are we doing? Welcome to show 410. Today we're going to talk about 5 steps of self-mastery, and I am just going to take a quick break out of this run, my run this morning, just to give you this bit of content. Okay, I'm going to fire through these. Just before we get started, it's just to let you know that there's going to be no show at all next week, as I am abroad with my business mastermind, and I'll be delivering that over in Portugal. And most of the time, I think Monday and Friday, I'm going to be in the air on the plane, travelling. So I just thought we'd take a week off, and then we will be back Monday week. Okay, I don't know the date off the top of my head, but Monday week, I think it's like the 15th of May, something like that. Okay, so there's no show next week. Cool. All right, so let's get into this. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Foreman, and if you are coming through, please let me know by commenting either a good morning or how your week's been in the comments, and then a love heart button. Okay, so for me there are 5 keys to self-mastery. So why is self-mastery important? I think it's probably more self-explanatory than anything. When we can master ourselves and our actions, our decisions, our direction, our vision, our career, our health, man, we become a much better human being to be around. Okay, your wife actually will want to spend time with you, your kids will want to hang out with you, you'll feel proud about what you're achieving, right, rather than feeling below par. So I mean, these are quite common, what I'm going to go through. A lot of what I'm going to talk about I've talked about anyway. A lot of the stuff that I do talk about, there's nothing new here. It's just a reinforcement of the message to remind you, right? So the first stage of self-mastery is self-awareness. I've always said that the cost of entry to changing the front door is confronting the man in the mirror. When you look in the mirror and you're honest with him, and you look at who that guy has become and what he does and his decision makings, and when you realise that you are either kidding yourself with lies about where you are, or you're burying your head under the sand, when you allow that ego to drop, and I get it, it can affect your ego and your pride. You can dent your pride if you're not where you want to be. But self-awareness, right, is the cost of entry to getting to where you want to be. And if you're not at the place you want to be, whoops, then you have to confront that guy, because you will never move forwards until you understand who you are right now. Okay, but the beauty is that, man, you've got ample time to get this going. If you get this started right now, and you start mastering yourself, then you can become the master of your own life. You can dictate where your career goes, where your health goes, where your relationships goes. But it all starts with that self-awareness chip. Okay, number 2 is goal setting. Now, goal setting, when I say goal setting, I kind of feel like it's not strong enough. A lot of people write down goals just to satisfy their guilt of not doing anything. So they're like, oh, I'm going to write down all of these things that I'm going to do, and then you probably forget them 2 days later. So I often think that, what do you want? What are the wants? The wants are the things that you want out of life. So I want to run a marathon, I want to go to the gym, I want to have a better sex life, I want to have a better career, I want to build a side hustle. So those wants become your goals. But when we say we want something, we tend to connect to them more. There's a more emotional connection, there's more purpose, drive. And when we talk about goal setting, we're writing down things we want to achieve. But when we talk about things we want, man, when we want something, we're more inclined to go out and get it. Make sense to everyone? Number 3 is discipline. Discipline is, again, the cost of entry to freedom, right? And when I say freedom, I don't mean like you're you can just run away and you're free of responsibilities. But it makes life easier. Discipline, to show up and do the hard things when you don't feel like it, that creates the biggest success. That creates the hunger. That creates the freedom from pain and suffering and anxiety and frustration and chaos. That's the jail. That's the jail that you're in. But discipline gets you out of that jail. Doing the things that you said you were going to do. Getting up when the alarm goes off. Not making excuses about why you can't show up to your workout, why you can't do this. saying no to other people. Okay, discipline is a muscle that must be practiced over and over again. Okay, continued learning. So for a lot of people, I spoke about this on the webinar last night. You can see it up in the feed. People are really surprised that they don't know what their vision is, or they don't know what their purpose is, or they don't know how to create structure, or they don't know how to be more organised. But if you asked yourself, when was the last time, when was the last time that you invested any time, energy or finance into yourself to learn how to do all those things? You can't just suddenly watch a couple of videos and think, yeah, I'm ready to go. You have to invest time and energy. I spent thousands of pounds on my personal development, okay, on things that I know that I need to achieve to have a better life for me. You know, I look at that as an investment. I wouldn't be able to deliver half of the stuff that I do to you guys if I didn't deliver in that. I wouldn't be able to achieve half of the things I achieve if I didn't invest in a mentor, in somebody else's experience, in somebody else's knowledge, in somebody else's modules. Because every day is a learning day, and the minute that you stop learning, that's when you lose that thirst for life. That's when you're not sure how to get yourself out of it. Okay, and then the very last one is self-reflection. Again, this comes down to honesty, right? It's like looking at how you show up, looking at the actions that you're taking. You know, one of the things we have in our community is lots of accountability posts. So people put up their accountability, and it makes them think about what they're doing. Okay, like, what have I been doing? How have I been performing? So we're trying to be high performers, elite level high performers in life, so that we can show up and we can achieve everything that we want to achieve. We can feel accomplished, we can feel progression, we can feel clarity and certainty about our future, right? But unless we analyse that journey, unless we analyse the wins, the losses, we'll never improve. If you look at any elite football team, they will spend hours analysing footage of the game at the weekend, looking at where people can change their position, how they can move differently, how they can think differently, so that when they go to the next game, they're a more improved player. And that's what self-reflection is all about. It's being able to look at what you're doing, change the moves to improve the performance. Make sense? I hope so. So listen, if you don't work with us, we are running a early bird 28-day program. Okay, so this program starts at the very end of May. Okay, 29th of May, I think we start. But what we're doing is offering people an opportunity to come in now. So basically, you're going to get 8 weeks worth of training with us for the price of 4. Okay, so you'll be with us for 8 weeks instead of 4 weeks. Okay, we're going to be throwing in our mental resilience course. We're going to be knocking £100 off the price. We're going to be inviting anyone that comes in on this to our Brecon July Focus Day for our members. Okay, and you'll have access to the whole hub in terms of our Elite Brotherhood. All of the courses, all of the accountability, all of the past seminars, tons of training, workouts, how to track your calories, meal plans, the lot. Okay, so if you've been thinking about wanting to work with us, there's a link above here. Go and check it out. It closes on Sunday sharp. All right, guys, and that's it. Self-mastery. Okay, you can self-master yourself, man. Life is going to be very, very different. So remember, there is no show next week. But what I would love for you to do is, in the comments directly below, is tell me the number one out of those 5 that I've given you that you're going to focus on next week. So what is the number one point that I've brought up today that you are going to focus on next week in terms of focusing on mastering yourself, your habits? Is it going to be self-awareness? Is it going to be goal setting or your wants? Is it going to be discipline? Are you going to do continued learning? Or is it going to be self-reflection? All right, when I finish my run, I'll go in and check them out. Have a good day.